My favorite fruit, as you can see, I'm an Asian appearance, but I'm a Korean. So I like spicy Korean kimchi.
Hi, Father Nahm. My name is Amelia. Thank you for joining us on the Rosary Hour podcast. Could you tell me, what was it like for you to be ordained by Pope John Paul II? And what did it feel like when you found out he was to be declared a saint?
Wow, it's a great privilege for sure. I wasn't expecting to be ordained by the future Saint John Paul II. I was in Rome as a member of Opus Dei. I studied in Rome for 2 years, and then I went to Spain to finish my doctorate degree in theology at the University of Navarra. And then I was told if I want to be ordained in Rome, that means that most likely I will be ordained by the Bishop of Rome, who's the Pope. Of course, I jumped at the opportunity. I said, yes, for sure. So I moved from Pamplona to Rome in 1989, December. And I finished my doctoral degree. And so June 10th, 1990, I was ordained by Pope John Paul II. So what is it like? Well, certainly it's hard to describe the emotion, the great blessing it is to be ordained by the Pope himself, right? And then what is it like now? I mean, he's canonized as a saint, Saint John Paul II, and a lot of people want to call him, and certainly I think deserves the title Saint John Paul the Great, because such a great Pope. So I still feel that the blessing he gave us, those who were ordained with me at that time in Rome, we have the blessing of the saint now from heaven protecting us, so that I try to be very faithful servant of the church and servant of God, try to be holy priest as much as I can.
The second question is, what is your favorite food?
My favorite fruit, as you can see, I'm an Asian appearance, but I'm a Korean. So I like spicy Korean kimchi based food. Could be rice, could be soup, but I anything. I have good appetite, but if I were to ask me what's my favorite dish or food, seafood. So seafood type of a pot with a broth, some spicy broth. Could be cod, could be octopus, could be squid, could be any of that, that kind of food. I grew up with that in Korea. So broth, fish broth, I would say.
Perfect. The third question is, who is your favorite saint?
My favorite saint, besides Saint John Paul II, my name is Charles Nahm. So I was able to choose, in fact, my patron saint, because when I was born in Korea, I was not baptized. Korea is still, to a large extent, not a Christian country. Thank God there is a growth of Christianity for many, many years now. So I was born in a typical Asian Korean family background with a Buddhist background, Confucian tradition, Asian tradition. So I was 16 and a half when with my father and my 4 younger sisters, my father moved from Korea to Montreal, Canada. So I was 16 and a half at the time, and then God led me to be baptized the last year of high school in Lachine, baptized in the Protestant church called the Pentecostal Church. And then I went to McGill University, and then second year university, God also had his hand in directing me. So I was baptized again, conditional baptism, the Catholic Church. So at that moment, of course, I have to choose my own saint name. So as I said, I was lucky in the sense that I was able to choose my own saint name, right? Normally, children, when you're baptized, they're babies, your parents choose name for the boy or the girl. So I looked at it and said, my name is Chang-Su Nam, Nam Chang-Su Nam. So I went to go with something that sounds kind of similar to my first name, Chang-Su. So CH. I looked at all the names of the saints, male saints, and came across Charles Borromeo, Saint Charles Borromeo. I read about him, said this is an impressive bishop, is a great theologian, great man who contributed so much in the renewal of the church, all that. They impressed me a lot. So I said, okay, I'll go for that name. So my favorite saint, in a way, is my patron saint, was Saint Charles Borromeo.
Wow. The last question is, I have always wondered, what is your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is blue. Azul, blue. Blue is sky. Blue is very attractive. Blue is clear, is crisp. It reminds him of sky at the same time, but at the same time, many times, blue somehow I think about lady. Her mantle, for example, a lot of the appearance of Our Lady. I'm thinking now in particular Our Lady Guadalupe in Mexico, and her mantle with all the stars on it. It's kind of bluish color, right? So blue, I like the color very much.
Thank you for answering all my questions, Father Nahm.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for asking me those wonderful questions.
You are listening to the Digital Café, presented to you by the Rosary Hour podcast, a production of TRAVESSA de Centro House Press in Porto, Portugal.
This is Father Chris Alar, the Provincial Superior of the Marian Fathers here at the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy, and it's great to be part of the Rosary Hour podcast. This mini-series on the Rosary is an invitation for anyone dedicated to deepening the why behind our prayers. And with that intention, a chance to offer to the Mother of God a genuine desire for change of heart and return to God. Thank you and enjoy, and God bless you.
You can subscribe to the Rosary Hour podcast by going to rosaryhourpodcast.substack.com. That's rosaryhourpodcast.substack.com.